Hey folks, in this video I'll be answering a few of the most common questions that I see in my comment section on my videos, or that I get through email or even through social media sometimes. Now I get a lot of questions about charcoal as far as what the difference in lump and briquettes is and what kind of charcoal that I like. I wanted to show you the difference here. This is Royal Oak brand briquettes. Now these are made of, I think maybe there's some sawdust, and I'm not exactly sure what exactly is in this, but there's some kind of a binder to keep it together, and you'll notice they're uniform in size, which actually has its advantage when you're just starting out, especially if you're doing low and slow. It is a little easier to maintain a steady temperature with these, just due to all of them being the same size. You know what you're getting. I want to show you also, this is what lump charcoal looks like. Now if you'll notice, I just put a little in a bucket because I didn't really have much. It's all different. There's big pieces, little tiny pieces. Now this is made from, supposed to be good hardwood. This is what I actually prefer to cook with. So you might wonder though, if I prefer cooking with the lump charcoal, why do you see me using briquettes? As a matter of fact, I'm using briquettes tonight, and there's a reason for that. The answer is that I live in a little small town. Sometimes the briquettes is all that I can get. Most places around here will have Kingsford, and some places will have the Royal Oak briquettes, and maybe a value brand occasionally, but that's all that I can get here sometimes. But I do prefer to use the different brands, such as B&B is one that I like, of the lump charcoal. I do find Royal Oak lump around here sometimes, and it's a decent charcoal. I have found though that different brands of charcoal, it's sort of regional. Some of the charcoal that you all like to use, I don't ever find it around here, and it might be likewise that what I have, it might be something you don't find where you are. So I just recommend that you try some different brands until you find one that works for you. Now I also get a lot of questions on the topic of how to light charcoal, and I know that using lighter fluid or not using lighter fluid is a very controversial topic, to say the least. But I use a chimney just like what I've got here. I've had this one for years. I think I gave around 20 bucks for this one, and hopefully I'll get to use it for years to come. And you can put a little newspaper in the bottom of that, or there's some wax cubes. But what I've sort of found that I like is these, they're called tumbleweeds, and they don't really leave the ashes that that newspaper does. So I've sort of grown to like these, but you can use whatever you want. But I love using a chimney. I look at it this way: why try to reinvent the wheel? If it works, why change it? Now the second topic that I wanted to address in this video was temperature control. I get a whole lot of questions about that, so I wanted to show you a couple things on the grill first. Now I want you to look here in the bottom of the grill. You can see there's 3 openings, and there's a damper, that metal damper. I don't know if you can see it really good for the charcoal. Pardon my grill, I probably need to clean it out a little bit better. But if you notice, I've got those all the way open right now. I'm getting ready to grill a couple steaks for supper. When you want to grill and you want it hot, you want to leave those open for maximum airflow. Now, when you get ready to do some low and slow, you want to close those down. Start out with about a quarter of the way open. Now, if you look at the lid of the grill, there's also an adjustable vent here that you can open and close, and this will work hand in hand with the damper to help you control the airflow in and out of the grill. And I will start a lot of times with this about a quarter of the way open as well. Now as far as I'm concerned, there's no one set it and forget it setting that you're going to put your vents on and it's going to work out just perfect every time. You'll have to sometimes make some adjustments. A lot of things will contribute to that. Our temperature outside right now, we're in January, and I don't know where you live, but here it's sort of mild in the winter, but it gets down pretty cold. I'll get out here and cook sometimes down into the 20s, 30s. It's pretty normal for me. You may be in a climate where it gets a lot colder than that, or it doesn't get as cold. So that's going to contribute to the inside temperature of the grill. I recommend just starting with both of them, the damper and the vent, about a quarter of the way open, and you can always open it up if you need to get the temperature up a little bit. If you're going to grill, just recapping on that, you want both wide open. You want maximum airflow, and that will allow the charcoal to get as hot as it can get, and you can get a good sear on your meat and get the temp up good and high enough to cook in there. Now I wanted to show you a few ways that you can help keep up with the temperature inside the grill. You really need a way of knowing how hot that your grill is. I'll start with these. This is a ThermoPro TP27. There's 2 pieces to that unit. This large one actually stays outside, and you'll plug the probes into it. Here's one of those actually, and you'll put one of those in the meat, and you can actually put one of those down on the grill grate next to the meat so you can keep up with that temperature. You'll take this smaller one inside, it connects to it, that way you can watch your grill temperature and also your meat temperature. All right, now I've got this one. This is my ThermoPen. I think it's MK4. This one is a very good instant read thermometer, and it's very accurate and it's fast, and it's just a good way to gauge your meat and see where it's at. But those are a little bit more on the expensive side, so I wanted to show you this. And this one's actually a big one that goes down into grease when you're frying fish or something like that. But you can get small ones like this at Walmart for probably like around $10 or something. You can get little instant read thermometers that are made similar to this, so you don't have to spend a ton of money. And then I've also got a couple of thermometers that I've put on the outside of my grill. I just drilled a hole and I need to tighten that one up. Those are fairly accurate. They're probably not the best, but they'll give you a really good ballpark idea. But these are probably around $10 or less, and you can put 1 or 2 of them in your lid of your grill, and that at least will give you a ballpark range of where you are. You can get pretty close, probably within a few degrees. Now that's some pretty hot charcoal. As always, thanks for checking out this video. God bless you, and I hope you'll subscribe and watch a few more of my videos.